Shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishop of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This brother Chanak coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Shalom to the 144,000 again, and shalom to the rest of the elect, the men and women that believe on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai that will be delivered starting here in America, which is Babylon the Great, as well as spiritual Sodom. And that's kind of how this lesson, is moving, or, I want to do a lesson inspired by, really a conversation that I had with a brother earlier, and just kind of speaking, things come up, and we just speaking about just the sickness here, in America, it pertaining to this alphabet agenda, how they're pushing it, pretty much on all avenues. Everywhere you look up, it's alphabet. We're here in the Bay Area, so we see a lot of it, especially where I'm at. I see a lot of it. I see, actual people that transitioned, whether it be like a man that transitioned to looking like a woman, or it be a woman. I see a lot of that. A woman transition to be a man. It'll have like a silhouette of a woman. That's a woman, but it'll have like the facial features, even a beard, as a man. I've also seen little boys and little girls also, with like same-sex couples, and they'll have like a little boy with long hair in a dress, or they'll have like a little girl in boy clothes, and you can obviously see that it's a boy or a girl, and you kind of like look like, what the hell is, and then they got alphabet parents. Also, we were speaking to how, these rappers, a lot of these rappers, they paint their nails, they have suspect photos on the internet. Well, what was going on with Diddy? Diddy with the, the different, he was, he a freak. And all those, Usher, all these entertainers are freak. And a precept popped in mind. Let me bring this precept out. Even speaking about, our individual situations where things of that sort, people around us, co-workers, family members, are, just very perverse. This is a perverse society. Let me go into this. It shouldn't be long. It's I'm in transit, so try to get as much scriptures as I can while driving, so just bear with me with that. This is Isaiah 3:9 says, the show of their countenance does witness against them. Right? They literally show it right in front of you. Okay, there's no shame, there's no more in the closet. You have to, it's proud right in your face, and you have to accept it. And if you don't accept it, then you're evil, you're a hater, you're wicked. It says, and they declare their sin as Sodom. And what was Sodom known for? Well, the word Sodom means burning. Sodom was known for indecent acts, if you will. They were known for men with men, women with women, perverseness. And when you do that, the moment you do that, you open up a gateway. Like having, multiple women, these women in Babylon, pretty much the culture is they got to do, like an orgy. You got to have, men, multiple men. You got to, what they call, a train. You got to do that. You got to do swinging. Swinging is very big here in America and Europe. It's mainly in these Western societies. But these other heathen nations too, they freaky too. But here in the West, particularly in Babylon, which is spiritual Sodom, they declare their sin as Sodom, and they hide it not. It says they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, right? Because what's going to be the end result of those communities? And we seen Biden, when Biden got in there, which he's just a puppet. It's not like it's Biden's agenda. It's the people behind Biden. It's the wicked elite. Biden start pushing, basically really start sexualizing the children. You had Obama, which I believe Obama legalized it. So-called first black president, right? Which we know about that. What that really is. All right, he's not an Israelite. He's not an Israelite. But the first so-called black president, blackface. What did he do? What did he do for you so-called black individuals? He didn't do shit. What he did was he legalized a same-sex marriage. He did more for the gays, which they label him the first gay president. And who was his vice president? It was Biden. Okay? And Biden is pushing the same, like I said, it's not really Biden. Biden ain't doing shit. We can obviously see that he's not 100% there. We can obviously see that. I think we all can agree on that. Okay, the whole world, give me a second. The whole world actually sees that. The other nations are seeing that. He's mumbling over his words. He's fondling children. He's doing all type of crazy shit. Okay, but it's the deep state, if you will, really the so-called, they call themselves the Illuminati. Okay, they're the ones that's pushing this wicked agenda, and they started with the woman. Really, a lot of the wickedness came from the woman, and allowing the woman to go free, and from that, you have what we have today, in which most individuals here in America are with it. Okay? Let me read this one more time. It says, the show of their countenance does witness against them. You'll actually have sodomites come up to you and hit on you. And if you do something against them, okay, that's a hate crime. You going to jail. They're going to lock your ass up. You got You got trans individuals serving you food, and you just got to act like, you got to act like you don't see it. Like, oh, this is a normal thing. It's normal. You better not say nothing against this individual. Or you better call them the right pronoun. It's completely bugged the fuck out. This is why this place is Babylon, which means confusion. Okay? It says, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And America's all about fulfilling your lust, burning in your lust, and fulfilling your lust. That's what Sodom means. It means burning. And that's what this really, the underbelly of America is just perverseness. Let me get Isaiah 19. Okay, you got the sharing of wives, especially around, Jake, the big black man, with the white woman and the white man is infatuated with Jake, They sexualize them and they fetishize them. And you have Jake that, they oblige. They do the deeds. You have Esau that'll pay Jake to come in and pop his woman in. It's madness. I don't even want to. it's vexing, and this is what was going on with me and the brother was talking. We was like, man, we got to just stop the conversation because this shit is vexing. It's completely sick. These women, you meet these women, they want you to do sick shit to them. You know, they got all type of spirits on them, right? And that's what these ancient Babylonian women they did. The ancient Nineveh, the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Greeks, the ancient Rome. They was all into freakiness. Okay, and ultimately, what happened? The Most High took them down, and America is going to get taken down in the same fashion as Sodom and Gomorrah. It was 5 cities that were just freaks. America's fulfilled in that. This is Isaiah 14. America's all those nations, those ancient kingdoms personified and amplified. Okay, spiritually, they take on the same ways of these other nations, and these other nations were always freaky. The Greeks, right? The Greeks was freaky. It was a lot of pedophilia, a lot of pedos that with the little. It's really an infatuation with little boys. Esau's into that. Amongst the celebrities, it's real sick. It's real dark. This is why judgment is coming to these people, and they hide it in the dark. But now it's all coming out. Everything that people were doing in the dark is all coming out to the light. This is what they've been doing. Now it's just in your face. Now they just want you to accept it. Isaiah 19 and 14. Right? Sodomy's been big. It was just a closet thing. A closet, especially amongst Jake. It was a closet thing. And a lot of these, it's still a lot of closet homosexuals. A lot of these homosexuals, they have families. And then they get together with, men on the side. Right? That's what they do. But then Esau, he'll outlaw prostitution. You getting with a woman. It's crazy. Isaiah 19:14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit. Okay, there's a crooked spirit here in spiritual Egypt. In the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. In America is spiritual Egypt. Let me get that, because it's also spiritual Sodom. Okay, and they carry on the traditions. A lot of the gods go back to them. All the gods go back to them ancient kingdoms and what they were worshiping. Okay, the spirit of these sexual demons that people got on that all goes into idol worship. Orgies, that's all idol worship. Swinging, that's all idol worship. Because they would do it in honor of a particular god. They would do it, you got these orgy events, sex parties. That shit's big. These underground sex parties. That shit's big. You got the adult videos online, sex content online, right? There's more sex content than there is regular internet. That should tell you something. More sex content is viewed than that's like damn near 60% of the internet is sex content. And that's what these people, they're hooked on it, and it messes up your mind. You're not supposed to be seeing all these women and men with their clothes off, women busting. These women are wicked, but these men too. The men and the women. It's all perverse. It's all evil. It's all wicked. And it's even worse now because knowledge has increased. You can see wickedness. If wickedness was going on in a particular, somewhere 1,000 miles away from you, you wouldn't know. Now via the internet, that it can be live streamed. Wickedness can be live streamed. And that's what we're seeing today. Okay. Revelation 11:8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. The dead bodies speaking about the Israelites in a dead state, not knowing who they are. Okay. Disassociated with their heritage of them being an Israelite. Which, you being an Israelite, you abstained from all these unclean ways. That's what the law was about. The law was separating the clean from the unclean. Alright? The way to deal with, sex, and the way not to deal with sex. The way to deal with food, and how not to deal with food. The way to deal with the animals and how to deal with the animals, What you can, the do's and the don'ts. Right? The Most High gave that to us. And now Jake is in the forefront of all these, wicked, evil, perverse activities. They declare it as Sodom. They hide it not. It's in your face. You got to accept it. Okay? Which spiritually is called Sodom, see? And Egypt. Where also our Lord was crucified. The true Lord, Yahweh Shai, was crucified. He was crossed out. And he was replaced with what? Another image. The white Christ. Which the white Christ doesn't condone any of these wicked activities. Under the white Christ, you have the sexualization of children. Under the white Christ, you have orgies. Under the white Christ, you have adult videos where, people do the darndest things for money or for free. And then upload it to the internet for people to watch it. Subscriptions. That's under the white Christ. You got swinger parties under the white Christ. You got, women being promiscuous. You got STDs under the white Christ. Right? You got hoes under the white Christ. You got sodomites under the white Christ. Under the white Christ, everything goes. He loves you. Whatever you do, he just loves it. The law is done away with. Eat whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Be whoever you want. Do whatever you want under the white Christ. And you see the people have lost, they have completely lost their minds. Crime is crazy. Murder. And this is what was going on in ancient Canaan with them Africans. They were slaying each other. Adultery. Oh my goodness. That's like the backbone of America is adultery. You might be going out and here is a woman is with her dude and she's staring hard at you. She brushing up on you and like, damn, isn't this your guy right here? Like, and a lot of times the guy, he's with it. And that's the crazy part. Okay, so spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. Okay, the children of Israel here in captivity, the modern Egypt, and them ancient Egyptians were freaking them Hamites. Okay, they was popping alligators. Well, their whole creation story was a freaky story. They have what's it called? A ritual where they will bust, Pharaoh will bust a nut in the Nile River with his men. Like a day that they would. It's freaky what they was doing. Sodomy. It was all about mirth. Yeah, and America is personified, amplified in all those works. Okay. Where was I going? Let me just give me a second. Let me see. So I'm trying to find this one scripture. This might be it. Hold on. let me bring, okay, Ezekiel 8 and then Jeremiah. Let me see something first. Okay, Jeremiah 7 and 16. Therefore pray not thou for this people. This is speaking about you Israelites. Neither lift up cry nor prayer. And you got people praying for America. Okay, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them. Neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah, in the streets of Jerusalem? Right, you see amongst Jake. Don't you see what the especially black culture, what is the worst culture on planet fucking Earth? It's disgusting. Right? And it's under the Edomite rulership. But Jake's wicked. Jake is more wicked than the wicked. Okay, the things that go down in the so-called black community, the things that they allow, and they call it culture. Bad eating habits. Okay? Bad energy. Oh, you got Jake is heavy into witchcraft. Jake is heavy into witchcraft. They practice witchcraft like crazy. Okay? So don't you see what these individuals, they got the freak offs. They got the carnival. Right? You go down to Brazil, carnival, the islands, Jamaica, the Virgin Islands, okay, Trinidad, they all have their form of carnival. You got, with Fat Tuesday and out in Louisiana. I know down there in Texas you had, I believe it was Galveston, you had the Freakniks, something like the freak. It was some freak fest they were doing in the South. The freakiness in these, especially these black colleges and colleges in general. So don't you, they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not understanding that, see, there's a recompense, and the recompense is going to be fire. Now I'm done there. Let me go to Ezekiel 8. I didn't want to. That goes into Jake worshiping the Queen of Heaven, which they heavy into. Which that's about worshiping a woman, putting the woman on a pedestal, and look what that has done. Okay, the beginning, well, women cometh wickedness. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me just Ezekiel 8, and I'm gonna go to the point. And he put forth the form of a hand, and took me by a lock. This is an angel taking Ezekiel. And took me by a lock of my head, and the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the visions of God to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh towards the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. As behold, the glory of the Most High of Israel was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then he said unto me, Son of man, lift up thy eyes now the way towards the north. So I lifted up my eyes the way towards the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. He said unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I shall go far off my sanctuary, but turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination. And we're seeing that, okay, through this internet. through the internet, we seeing all the great abominations of Jake. You get on the internet right now, and a black woman will teach you spells. You can get on the internet and see grown ass men wearing dresses and twerking, popping each other. You can get on the internet right now and see grown ass Israelite men popping each other. That's complete fucking madness. Okay? These are those great abominations that Jake is doing out in the open. Before, it was in closed doors. You didn't see this unless, thank you. You didn't see this, okay, like what you can see now. All abominations are open. And then you got the Edomite here, which loves it. He set a society in which, this is just normal society. So the angel brought Ezekiel to see what Jake was doing in the dark. You see what I'm saying? To see everything that Jake was doing in the temple. And they supposed to be worshiping the Most High, but they doing all type of abominations behind closed doors. And see, Jake now has no excuse, because the Most High, he had the internet come out and show forth all their sin. Now we open up, they declare it as Sodom, and they hide it not. You can see women on women. You see the woman wilding out. You see men wilding out. You see sexualization of children. I guess it was a case of the black woman, and it's always the black woman. She had her 5-year-old daughter helping her do waxes. Women waxing naked ass, women, black women. Just complete madness, man. Just complete fucking madness. And when me and the brother was talking, we was getting fucking angry. Oh man, we gotta fucking, I don't even wanna, alright, hey bro, we wrap this up, I gotta go. Cause you just thinking about just all the wicked, and it's everywhere. You can't hide from this shit. Okay, this shit is everywhere. Well, another scripture about just Lot vexed with the filthy deeds of the wicked. Okay, I believe that's in Peter's. Give me a moment. Let me just park this car. And then all the people, they're all with it. All these individuals here in America, even Jake. You got only certain people that, they'll draw the line. But they'll allow they're cool with other shit, So really, you gotta be for it, or you gotta be 100% for it, or you gotta be 100% against it. There is no in between, and that's who the Most High is looking for. Those that are fully against it. And you being fully against the wicked deeds here in America, you gonna be labeled a terrorist. You're gonna be labeled a bigot. You're gonna be labeled a racist. You're gonna be labeled a hater. You're going to be labeled evil. Okay, but so be it. Oh, the wicked's telling you that you wicked. To hell with them. Alright, but hey, in certain cases, it's going to cost you things in this world. But it's not worth obtaining or keeping in this evil places, which is getting ready to go out by fire. Let me just finish this, and then let me hit one more scripture, and then I got to go. Verse 7. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in a wall, and that's the internet. Symbolically, we seeing which the hole in the wall is seeing things. Like right now, if you didn't have the internet, you wouldn't really see what the fuck was going on. Okay, also the TV. Pretty much, this entertainment, the TV, the broadcasting. Okay, which is the broadcast, is the broadly cast a spell over you. Okay, Ezekiel was seeing what they were doing, because the Most High brought an angel to have him see what he was doing, what they were doing. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall, and when I had digged in the wall, behold a door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do. Right, see? So we've all seen what wicked abominations Jake is doing, and Esau is gladly giving these individuals money, and then you got certain Jakes that just do it for free, clout, do it because they're evil, where they blaspheme the Most High, cooking a whole fucking alligator, Cajun seasoning, shrimp. They doing a whole shrimp. You know, they in the restaurant or a mukbang with lobster and shrimp. The black woman with gloves on and newspapers, dipping the big ass shrimp tail and garlic. Talking about it's good eating. Okay, Jake committing adultery, running out of the house. You know, we can go on and on. You got niggas twerking, dancing, with women's clothes on, acting, you know, excuse me, acting like women. Give me a second. Okay, all type of madness. Ezekiel was seeing it back then. We're seeing it on a whole nother level now. It's always all before the Heavenly Father, but everybody's seeing it now, and everybody's with it, save the elect. Okay, and he said unto me, go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do. So I went in and saw, and behold, everywhere, and behold, shit, I just start fucking my throat, just start fucking up. Satan. I've been good, bro. It's just now I got like some shit fucking with me. That's just Satan. Satan's upset. Give me a second. Can't make this shit up. What the fuck? Alright. Shit, where was I? And I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. So all these gods that Jacob's worshiping, you see that with the conscious community. You got videos of Jake doing witchcraft, voodoo, spells. They got what's it called? What they call that shit? They got all them goddamn idols and shit where they do offerings. They got offerings and shit where they offering chicken to their ancestors and shit, calling on the ancestors, using gemstones and incense and, you know, just all type of crazy, dealing with energy, opening energies and shit. Crazy. It's a lot of crazy shit going on. We seeing all this, man. Okay. Jake on their knees in the churches, screaming, dancing, doing that demonic step. Okay. With that organ in them churches. Right? And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them Jazaniah, the son of Saphan, and every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Right, and you see that amongst the Catholics. They have the incense, they have the different regalia, the clothing and the different hats, and it's a whole ceremony. Okay. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? See, they were doing it in the dark. All Israel didn't know that they were doing this. But then they'll come out in front of you and say they worship Yahweh. So, picture that. You know, what you have these Israelites that come out on these videos and they telling you, oh yeah, the Most High, but they doing all type of wickedness behind closed doors. You don't know what gods they worshiping. Bringing in heresies. So that's what Jake was doing back then. Okay, and this is why those great judgments came upon Jake, man. And Jake is doing it. When I say Jacob, The Israelites, they doing it. They doing it today. They still doing it. Making merchandise of the Heavenly Father's, of His house. Bear with me. Okay. Every man in his chambers of his imagery, for they say, the Lord seeth us not. The Lord has forsaken the earth. He also said unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. Then he brought me. So Jake was fucking out of control. The Israelites were out of fucking control, as they way out of control now. Just as back then they were saying the Lord had forsaken the earth, they take that same spirit on now. They'll go so far as saying that the Most High is with them. Okay. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house. Well, I had a neighbor. She was telling me, I was in a hospital, and then I put my fingers like this, and I found this in a book. Like that. They're called mudras, what Elam does. Or like when you see in like the yoga and shit like that, where they have like different hand signals. Well, Esau uses it. Or you have like the different. It's basically holding your hand in different positions. And each position that you hold your hand in is supposed to, conjure a spirit or whatever it may be, open a gateway, a chakra, or whatever it fucking may do. You see Andre Tate, you see a lot of these news anchors, just like they throw up the devil horns, different hand signals. Just like in the gang members, they throwing up hand signals, not knowing that they're invoking spirits. So she was telling me I was in the hospital, and I just held my two fingers like this together, my thumb and my pointed finger, and I got better. I remember that. No, that's just another form of witchcraft. This is a neighbor of mine pushing that spirit. Oh yeah, I think. Oh wow, really? I should do that too, huh? This is what Jake did, and she an Israelite woman too, a black woman, your black woman. And I believe she's a witch. She does witchcraft. I believe she's a witch. Me personally. That's just from my observation. I've talked to her many times. The Lord seeth, right, I read that. Right, then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was towards the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. So that's, you can read that on your own, but this is what Jake was doing. Weeping for Tammuz. Right, you got Semiramis, Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. Okay. Where was I going? Okay. Jeremiah. Let me just hit you off here. Oh man. Yeah. Jeremiah 50 and 40. As the Most High overthrew Sodom, and we all know the story of Sodom. Okay. And Gomorrah. I remember my auntie, she had I was young too, so I didn't really understand until I got older, but she had a gay best friend. This nigga was old too. I'm young. They like my auntie probably they in their 30s and 40s, so they was in their 30s and 40s. And this nigga, and I was kind of like confused as a kid, like gay, like what's gay? I didn't know what gay was. Like gay, what? He's gay? What is? He coming over family functions and shit. Cool individual, cool guy. But a goddamn sodomite. I didn't know. So Jake was That's always been amongst Jake. But now it's out in the Latin tribes. Oh man, forget about that. They got all type of shit going on. Jap would be fucking with them lady boys. Okay, them ties. Oh, they call them lady boys. Okay, and they be looking like just like women. Esau got the surgery and shit. It's a real sick society. Oh my goodness, man. I'm just, I gotta end this lesson. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, right? It was more than one city or two cities. And America is those 5 cities spiritually. Especially Sodom was the chief city. And the neighboring cities thereof, said the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any man dwell therein. Okay, that's one. There's another one. That's not the one I want. It's in Jeremiah, maybe in Jeremiah 49. Bear with me. Okay, yeah, I go Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13, 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. All right, I'm gonna close it until next time. Shalom to the elect.